Welcome to the Spellbinders May 2026 Stitching Die of the Month Club called Stitched Sunshine. This month's club includes 4 dies. First, there's a basic A2 rectangle. Then there's a stitching detail die of rays coming from a center circle. There's a sun die, which can be used to cut out the face of the sun and can be used with a different color of cardstock to cut out the cheeks. The sun can also be used to cut out the mouth, and there's also a tongue die. Let's use this month's club to create a card. For a different look, start with a panel that has been foiled with the hot air balloons plate from this month's Press and Foil Club. Since this panel is already an A2 rectangle, there's no need to use the open rectangle die. Simply place the stitching element die on top and hold it in place with Spellbinders Best Ever craft tape. It's okay to put the tape on the center circle because that is where the sun's face will go. Run this through the Platinum 6 machine. For a smooth run of a full plate like this, try tilting the rectangle so the corner goes through first rather than the entire top. To make sure all the stitching holes pop out, run the die back and forth once in the machine. Now that the stitching holes have been die cut, it's time to choose thread. I'm using regular embroidery floss. Normally, with this type of floss, I would break apart the strands to use maybe 3 at a time. But since you're not going back and forth through any of these stitching holes, and you'll only be using each hole once, it's okay to use thicker thread. Since the background is white with the foiled silver design, the thicker thread will stand out better. Once the needle is threaded, start at the back of the panel. Start with one of the center circle holes. When the needle and most of the thread has been pulled through, hold the end in place with some Spellbinders Best Ever craft tape. Now take a look at the front of the panel. There will be an embossed line from the center hole to one of the holes on the outer edge of the panel. These lines show you exactly where the stitches will go. The stitches are very simple, but they're quite long, so you may need more thread than you first anticipated. If you do need more thread, pull the needle and thread through to the back and once again tape off the end to hold it in place, and then use scissors to trim the excess thread. Start exactly as before from the back and using the tape and complete the stitches until each ray has been stitched. Pull the needle through to the back one last time, tape off the end, and trim the excess thread. Next, place tape runner all along the back of the panel and adhere it down to an A2 piece of white cardstock. Use liquid adhesive behind the sun's face and adhere it to the center of the panel. Then grab the Spellbinders embellishment tool, which is perfect for picking up tiny die cuts. Add liquid adhesive to the open spaces in the sun's face. Use the embellishment tool to pick up each of the cheeks and mouth and place them one by one onto the open spaces. Place a small amount of liquid adhesive at the bottom of the sun's mouth. Using the embellishment tool, pick up the tongue and place it on top of the glue. For a bit of fun, add a few die-cut flowers to the side of the sun. Use the Spellbinders tweezers to place a bit of adhesive on some leaves and place them in with the flowers. Use dimensional adhesive behind one of the sentiments from this month's Stampin' Die Club that has been white heat embossed on Cosmic Sky cardstock. Thank you for choosing Spellbinders Club Kits. Happy crafting!